Hi everybody, my name's Lorne Dirksen. I came to the Cariboo for 2 years, about 20 years ago, and for the last 20 years I've resided in Williams Lake, and I did live for a while in 108 and in the 100 Mile House area. I've got a varied business background. We're obviously longtime residents in the area, but we have a varied business background in media, printing, retail, and also in financial planning. We've raised two beautiful girls here in the Cariboo Chilcotin, and both of them have loved growing up here. We love to fish and recreate in the region, and we're very active volunteers. I am specifically volunteering currently with the Williams Lake Stampede, Cariboo Heritage Society, Rotary, and I've also been an active volunteer for the Williams Lake Chamber of Commerce. I love the Cariboo Chilcotin. We have been through some very challenging, tough times since 2017, where we obviously endured fires. And since then, we've endured both fires and floods. And now, of course, we're struggling through COVID-19. I believe in small business and absolutely see it as the economic generator for the entire province, but specifically for this region. I know that it takes a strong voice to be heard in Victoria, specifically in the legislature, and I believe that I'm that voice. I hope that on October 24th, you'll support me to become your MLA for the Cariboo Chilcotin riding. I'm Lorne Dirksen. I believe that the announcement that we've made with respect to abolishing the PST is a massive step in the right direction to get our small businesses going in not only the region but in the province. I firmly believe that our small business sector is the real economic engine of the entire province. I also think that by encouraging no PST for 1 year and 3% for the following year, not only will there be investment, but we will also create jobs by doing that, and we'll also create other revenue streams in increased income tax and also increased corporate tax. I believe also the most recent announcement of eliminating small business tax of 2% will take even further pressure off of those businesses. We've had a very tough time for small business in the last number of years, and I believe any pressure that we can take away from those businesses is going to be a plus in generating new business, new jobs, etc. We've also created bridge financing. Now, this is specific to the tourism industry and also the hospitality industry, and I believe that this will help get us through this incredibly difficult business cycle that we're in now, and hopefully we can turn a page on a new economic recovery plan in the spring. I believe that this will bridge those folks to the next cycle of business. Small business is the engine for all of British Columbia. We need it to be healthy in order for us to all be successful. I believe with respect to infrastructure in the Cariboo Chilcotin, we have to take advantage of projects that are either here and ongoing or that are about to start, and none could be bigger than our hospital. It's close to a $220 million project, and because of the community benefits agreement, a lot of that work could end up being done from larger centers or larger companies. We have a great network of contractors and people that are certainly able to do a lot of that work, and I will definitely push to have much of that work done right here. The impact that $220 million could have on our community flowing through all of those employees and all of those tradespeople could be extremely significant. So I will definitely champion that cause. I also believe that there's a need to create real housing, and none could be more important than for our seniors, particularly in 100 Mile House. I've specifically talked to a number of retirees and a number of senior citizens that are ready to go to that next stage in their life and move to some sort of a facility, and they're just unable. Now, recently, our party has announced that we will create a $7,000 tax credit, which will allow people to stay in their homes for a little while, but it doesn't take away the seriousness of the problem and the shortages that we have when it comes to seniors housing. Also, when it comes to infrastructure, something that I think we don't talk about enough is that we really need to focus on people as part of our infrastructure. It makes no sense for us to invest in the finest of equipment at our hospital or at our schools or anywhere else throughout the region if we don't have people to run those pieces of equipment. And I think it's extremely important. We have a fantastic opportunity through Thompson Rivers University in Williams Lake, and certainly other programs that could really help to build an infrastructure of good, strong, solid people from the Cariboo-Chilcotin. Again, I support abolishing the PST because I really do believe that that will also help us to build infrastructure and investment. Thank you. Tourism is a very serious issue in the Cariboo-Chilcotin, and it's a very serious issue throughout the province. The issue is that, of course, in the first half of the year, there was no access for anyone at all to come and enjoy the Cariboo-Chilcotin. Now in the South Cariboo, many of those operators have had a very brisk business cycle through the third quarter, but it simply hasn't made up for what happened in the first half. And if you talk to operators in the Chilcotin or even further out in the west, you will know that they have had no access to clientele that is often from overseas. Those clients, of course, haven't been able to come here, and there are also land use issues that are currently happening in the Chilcotin as well that are very serious, and they need to be addressed. Our party has introduced now loans that will either be guaranteed, that loans that may be in place already will be guaranteed by our government going forward to keep these operators alive and functioning throughout the winter time, and hoping to get to the next business cycle in the spring. We also have bridge financing that will be available, and it will be for sure a priority for us if we form government. We must begin serious conversations about access, and we must have these conversations transparent and open for everyone to participate. It's a very serious issue in the Chilcotin, and we need to solve it. We need to continue to promote staycations and continue to help to support not only this tourism sector, but also the hospitality sector as a whole. It's a very important sector, and I will definitely champion the cause. I believe that our forest industry has been held to some of the highest standards in the country, and I believe that the operators that we specifically have here in the Cariboo-Chilcotin do an incredible job of taking care of the forest that they work in. We are on the verge of harvesting second growth timber from a few spots throughout the Cariboo-Chilcotin, which really shows that this forest that has been planted 50 years ago when it was harvested is ready to be cut over the next decade. And I think that that's incredible for our resource-based communities. The fact is, this truly is a renewable resource, and if we take care of it, we will for certain be able to use it and harvest it in the future. I think that one of the things that is most important for the coming year is that we are going to abolish the PST. This will allow all of the contractors in the region to reinvest heavily in their businesses, which will create work not only through their own businesses, but other businesses through the service sector that will have to look after equipment and trucks and definitely those types of investments. I believe that we have to keep the pressure on all of the companies through the region to do well in the forest, and I believe that we have to keep up reforestation as much as we possibly can. We also need to level out stumpage. Stumpage has been a sore spot for the last number of years, and we've seen multiple protests regarding our forest industry as a whole. The forest stumpage has to be leveled out. Right now they're playing on fields that are at times high and then low, and it's back and forth, and it's a very serious issue, and it's very difficult for them to plan their business around stumpage increases. I believe that we have to address that very soon in our term in office.